All right, guys. So as most of you should know, unless you've been living under a rock, Dave Chapelle got attacked recently doing a comedy show at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles. Now, this is a big deal and it's going viral because a lot of people thought after Will Smith went and smacked Chris Rock on stage at the Oscars that could set the precedent of people attacking comedians for making jokes. And lo and behold, Dave Chapelle gets attacked. Now, Dave Chapelle has been in the news and has faced a whole lot of controversy because he got massive backlash after offending the transgender community in his Netflix special. Now, the transgender community in the far left backlashed against Dave Chapelle and tried to get the man canceled. Unfortunately, Dave Chapelle is uncancelable. So with that being said, apparently there's still people out to get Dave Chapelle, and that individual who attacked Dave Chapelle tried Dave Chapelle in his entourage, and he effed around and found out, as some of the imagery from the event seems to suggest this guy got his ass whooped, right, for a lack of a better phrase, and he seemed to suffered some injuries that probably pretty painful, okay, but you know, hey, I think it was 100% justified, because when you go on stage and attack people with fake guns that can shoot knives at people, essentially I believe he tried to take Dave Chappelle's life. Yeah, things like that are gonna happen, right? You're not Will Smith, you ain't T.I., you ain't no celebrity, okay? So with that being said, we gotta react to the mainstream liberal media reactions, okay? And I'm gonna tell you guys, this reaction right here from The View, I couldn't believe it, but I actually can believe it, as they're blaming Trump, right, for what happened on stage to Dave Chapelle, okay? So I want to talk about that because they actually get checked on live TV for this asinine opinion. But before I get in there, I just want to let you guys know, if you like my channel, you want to support my channel, you can do so using the links in the description below. You support the Patreon, you support the PayPal, you support the merch. There are multiple ways to support the channel if you would like to do so. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this clip of Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin getting checked after trying to blame the Dave Chapelle attack on Trump. Take a look.
One of the things that could contribute to what's going on, the pandemic, the opioid crisis, the fact that Trump was out there saying things like, just knock the hell out of them. I promise you I'll pay for the legal fees, when he had a heckler. Yeah. I mean, there are many factors involved here. And then Will Smith was like the pièce de résistance, as it were. But by the way, don't you love comedians? Look at how they handled it. It was great. Give that boy.
Okay, good. This is not a political thing. Come on, I know you want to wrap it all into politics, but this is really about security. Like, I don't understand it.
Well, it didn't happen before. It's happening.
Will Smith wasn't particularly right-leaning and running up on the stage and smacking Chris Rock.
No,
so,
but I do think that Trump unleashed some incivility, at least, in our country.
You don't know anything about this person that went up there.
No, but wait a second. You don't notice that there's a certain amount of impulse control lacking in the population
these days? And a lot of studies attained or said that was in particular in regards to people being locked down inside, not in particular being locked down inside and staring at President Trump.
Trump really, he made the pandemic into like a cold. Do you remember?
I think
he handled it so poorly.
Bruh, that might be one of my favorite clips from The View. That might be my all-time favorite clip from The View. Because, as you can see there, that is exactly why they don't want any real conservative women to be on that panel, because they don't want to get checked the same way Lindsey Granger just checked Joy Behar and Sunny Hostin on the asinine claim that somehow, first and foremost, that this is political, okay, and two, that Trump is responsible, right? Even she was just like, no, this is ridiculous. Like, you sound stupid. And my favorite part was Joy Behar's face when she's being told on national TV that, no, this is ridiculous. Like, you're being a political hack. Because that's basically what Lindsey Granger is saying to Joy Behar. She's like, I know you want to make this political, but it's not political. Like, I know you're being a political hack. I know you're doing your job and trying to just put out anti-Trump rhetoric and, you know, shield for the Democrat Party and the left. But you sound dumb, right? That's basically what she's saying in a nutshell. Okay, because I don't know how in the world you extrapolate this man attacking Dave Chapelle to Trump. This man attacking Dave Chapelle has nothing to do with Trump whatsoever, right? I mean, if you're going to assign any political motive to this man attacking Dave Chapelle, you got to assign it to the left, okay? As Dave Chapelle has come under attack from the left, specifically the transgender community, for making jokes about them. So again, you would think, just using logic, right, and basic reasoning, that the most likely motivation for this has something to do with that. Now, do we know that for sure? No. But I think it's probably safe to assume that that's a part of it, okay? Because it's not like Dave Chapelle was being attacked before this. He wasn't. And we know that Dave Chapelle has faced a whole lot of controversy because of the things that he said, right, about the transgender community. Okay, now, again, do we know if that person was trans? No, but Dave Chapelle joked and said that he was a trans man. So even Dave Chapelle is like, yeah, this probably has something to do with my jokes about trans people. Okay, so again, the most likely culprit here, the most likely reason why this happened has something to do with the left. It doesn't have anything to do with the right or Trump or anything like that. But again, this is why I call this show The Liberal View. Because right there, what they just did shows you everything this show is about, which is political hackery and cheering for the Democrat Party and hating the orange man, right? There's no objective analysis at all. It is one-sided bias towards the left, okay? And quite simply, they're just doing their jobs, right? I mean, that's just what it is at this point. I mean, ABC is owned by Disney. They're doing their jobs. Their jobs is to come out here and say, this is Trump's fault, right? And that's the only way I can reason as to why in the world are they getting paid millions of dollars to say stuff like this, right? You're getting paid millions of dollars to give takes like this, takes that make no sense whatsoever, okay? They make no sense at all. It must be something that they're paid to say. It has to be. It's either that or their Trump derangement syndrome is so severe that they literally can't analyze anything without blaming Trump. I think it's probably both, right? I think it's both. And you notice how when she called her out about it, like, look, this ain't got nothing to do with politics. You know how they try to make it more broad now. Well, Trump, you know, he ushered in incivility in this country. And I'm like, no. You know who ushered in incivility in this country and violence? The left, right? Antifa, Black Lives Matter, okay? They're the ones that made it okay to use violence to achieve political goals, right? They're the ones that were okay with that, okay? It was people on the left that were cheering on Will Smith slapping Chris Rock to defend his wife, right? It was people on the left cheering that stuff on, trying to make excuses for it. It wasn't people on the right. People on the right was like, no, this is inexcusable. Okay, so it's absolutely hilarious to see them get checked live on TV and called out on their political hackery. And it shows you exactly why they really don't want an actual conservative on the show. Because if they had an actual conservative on the show, they would be getting called out like that every single episode, right? And at that point, if they're getting called out like that every episode, I don't think they would be able to handle it. So I'm actually going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. And I'm just going to say, they're just being political actors, right? You have to be. You really don't believe that take. You really don't. You're just acting, okay? You're acting. That's what's going on here. They know what the most likely motivation is behind this attack. They just don't want to say it, because if they do, then you now have to have a conversation about the extremism coming from the left. And that's a conversation that they simply just don't want to have, because all the political violence in this country just comes from the right, according to those people. I found that to be absolutely fascinating. I mean, that's just one of the most insane takes that I've heard. But again, guys, it just shows you what this show is about. It really is The Liberal View, okay? So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.